Coming up on Mountain News this morning, multiple schools across the Commonwealth received bomb threats this week, causing 4 evacuations. And Perry County will soon be commemorating all of the lives lost during the July 2022 flood.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Madison Carmouche. It is 6 a.m. on March 22nd, 2024. Let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your Friday and weekend weather.
You said it, Madison. Friday, the weekend's on tap. We'd like to have some good weather, especially considering Sunday is Palm Sunday. I think we can deliver. Check it out. A lot of clouds starting to come on in from the south and southwest, mid-30s here in Hazard. See the sunshine this morning. I think it's going to be the faded sunshine look to the sky as we look for a scattered shower pattern, mainly west of Jackson and Hazard to develop a good part of the day. We all get into the light rain heading through tonight. And then things improve for Saturday, setting the stage for a beautiful Palm Sunday. And if you're looking ahead to Monday, I know you don't want to. Things look good to start off the work week on Monday. In the meantime, as we wrap up this week, temperature-wise, we are in the mid and upper 30s and lower 40s this morning. The pinpoint Doppler radar ignored this. High sensitivity mode with the radar. Some sprinkles, a couple of showers, Monticello, that is, Columbia, back to the southwest as this area of moisture continues to evolve and track toward us. All right, the hour-by-hour forecast for today shows we look for a scattered shower pattern again, mainly Hazard, Jackson, west and north as we head through your Friday. Otherwise, we get up to 70 this afternoon. How things improve for tomorrow. The First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Madison.
Tim, thank you. Fake threats forced evacuations at several schools yesterday. District leaders say Glendover Elementary School received an anonymous call about a bomb threat. Students and staff were evacuated as a precaution. Broadhead Elementary School in Rockcastle County was also evacuated, and in Madison County, Kingston Elementary School also received a swatting call. These are just some of the many threats schools across the state have received in the past week. Officer Barry Manley with Berea Police says they've reached out to federal agencies like the FBI and Homeland Security to assist with their investigation into these threats.
It's our job. No matter what, we're going to respond and we're going to investigate the scenario as much as we can. Not only are we sending, everybody that's currently, working, but then we also use resources to call off-duty officers and off-duty firemen and so on and so forth to, hey, can you get on the road and help us out as we're investigating the scenario.
Madison County Schools posted again on Facebook, thanking everyone for their patience and understanding while they work to resolve the situation at hand. One Perry County woman is creating a legacy for her son's life that will honor and remember the lives lost in the July 2022 flood. I am about to take a closer look at a memorial coming to the region. Rhonda Crawford says seeing her son's name on the flood memorial in Knott County inspired her family to create something bigger for the region as a whole.
We want a memorial that would feature the Eastern Kentucky, because together we came together and pulled through, and we wanted everyone that was lost to be remembered.
The memorial in Perry County will honor all 45 of the victims lost in the flood, including Rhonda's son, Mick, who died of cardiac arrest after the flood.
Not everybody drowned in the flood. There were people that were helping other people. There were people who were trapped in their homes and didn't have oxygen that they needed, different reasons that they passed away. But all those were important. She adds that Mick's big heart was his shining characteristic, even in his death. My daughter had bracelets made that's like, what would Mick do? And that's kind of what we are doing, because we want to keep his legacy alive. Rhonda's daughter, Rachel, also designed the memorial and brought it to their pastor and Perry County Sheriff Joe Engel.
And I said, get me a number. And so that's what she done. We got a number on it, which was $14,200, what it ended up being, and it didn't take me very long. I started getting on the phone with local business people.
Rhonda says she hopes the memorial will help those grieving feel seen.
You know, to me, he's always on my mind every day, but it's like the world's gone on.
As people rebuild from the devastating loss, the memorial will stand the test of time.
We want generations to come from this county and this area to be able to see, hey, something devastating happened to this area and these people lost their life, but also it honors them.
Crawford says the memorial is being made by Heinemann Monuments, and they hope to have a ceremony for the second anniversary of the flood this summer. Miss Kentucky Basketball 2024 was celebrated by her community yesterday, with neighbors lifting up the first Pikeville Independent athlete to be chosen for the award by dedicating a day in her honor. Pikeville High School senior Trinity Rowe visited her former elementary school to kick off Trinity Rowe Day, seeing signs and support from the students, then went on a parade through Pikeville to land home at the high school for a pep rally. Rowe was given a key to the city and official proclamation from Mayor Jimmy Carter dedicating the day in her honor. But she says the highlight was being able to speak to the students about her accomplishments, the work it took to get there, and the wisdom she found along the way.
And I think that's really important. What I've tried to do my whole career is just try to lift everyone else up, and I think that just helped me rise at the same time. So I think that was really important, and getting to ride around town with the police escort was really cool. I was like, wish we could drive like this all the time, go through all the red lights in Coal Run.
Rowe also threw out the first pitch at the boys' baseball game. She says it has been a day to remember. Union College is undergoing a name change. The school is transitioning to the name Union Commonwealth University. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how the name change signals growth for the school.
Administrators spent several months processing through potential names after announcing in October the transition would happen.
We sent out surveys to our community members, students, and faculty and staff, alumni, kind of key stakeholders. We really wanted their input because this is obviously a very big and important decision.
The school announced they would become Union Commonwealth University. Nelson says the response has been mostly positive.
With anything, with any change, you know, people are going to have feelings, and that's okay. As an alum of Union, I had some mixed feelings too.
Nelson graduated from Union in 2011, returning to the school as an employee in 2019. She says the school has continued to grow.
We're not the same institution that I attended. We're definitely not the same institution from the 60s to 70s or when we were founded in 1879. And there's some momentum right now. You know, our enrollment is up past what it was pre-pandemic.
The name also separates the school from other institutions also named Union College.
We have been confused, especially with Union College in Schenectady, New York, and Union College in Nebraska. We get applications for people who were wanting to apply there and vice versa.
Now Union Commonwealth University, the school gets its own unique branding. In Barberville, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Maisie Nelson also says the school's new name ties to the mission and what the founders wanted when the institution was created.
And there would be one person in the room right now that kind of has a connection between both colleges, having worked in Kentucky in the mid-90s and upstate New York as well. In the meantime, let's talk about what's going on across eastern and southern Kentucky. We're in the 30s and lower 40s. Minus those of you watching from Clintwood and Grundy, you're in the lower 30s, the pinpoint Doppler radar. Again, we're seeing now some showers and some sprinkles trying to push through Wayne toward Somerset counties. And yes, indeed, we will continue to see this evolve over the next few hours. And it looks like the pattern right now, based on the short-term model guidance, will be along and west of 75. We can't rule out a couple of sprinkles out across the coal fields and the hollers, but nonetheless, guess what? The air dry close to the ground, a lot of that's going to end up drying up as it ends up precipitating from the clouds above us. Now, as we end up playing through things tonight, we'll end up seeing a steady rain pattern evolve for all of us. So this morning, the focus for any shower activity west of the line, Jackson, Hazard. We'll end up enjoying some faded sunshine. The rest of us, that allows us to warm up into the mid-upper 60s, and yes, some of us, the lower 70s. We're all going to need the windshield wipers on the drive home and through dinner time tonight for sure. More about your First Alert 7-day forecast and how things improve for Saturday and how things are looking for Palm Sunday. That's coming up in a few moments. Madison?
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, the end of a manhunt, but questions linger as officials think the suspects may be linked to 2 murders that happened while they were on the run.